mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Check's big and I'm sure that hurts, but it's checkmate, we ain't selling short, no the work. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind, cause I be on the work.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dane from NYYU. We'd like to welcome you to the Farm Report. Los, it's good to see you again, bud. How you been feeling?
Ugh, fucking dying.
I know. Been worried about you.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. Me too, man. It's been fucking horrible. I don't recommend this shit for anybody.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Major League team for a minute. You excited about the weekend?
Seeing them Baltimore?
Score all the no.
Oh, well, the offense exploding for those past couple games has been great to see. But then it just makes me laugh about the whole Clay Holmes thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, and I get it that, you know, supposedly he's on pace for 80 games, but that's something that you can that's load management, right? You want to win the game that's in front of you, right? Because we've seen a couple of times where, you know, these April and these May games come back to bite the Yankees in the ass later on in the year because they're 1, 2, 3 games back from the wild card or whatever, and now they're pressed to make up those games. So, I mean, you got to win the games that are in front of you. You can't always be worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, as far as, you know, a bullpen arm here and there. Yeah, you don't want to push guys, but again, if you have a win lined up here, your opponents are losing, you know, your rivals or took a loss that day, you should take advantage of that.
I would agree. I was a little frustrated by that game, but you know, that guy that we picked up from the Mets is just terrible. He got through 1 inning. Why would you let him go 2?
First of all, I don't even know why you would throw him in that situation, right? I mean, what is this? Like, he's been DFA'd 4 times this month or something like that. Just something crazy. It's just not. He's the kind of guy that you hope to be able to save your other bullpen arms for, but in a blowout game.
Right.
Not this.
Where was Ian Hamilton? Where was Caleb Ferguson? Where was any of those?
Well, I heard Hamilton. I think something was bothering him. I don't know what it is, but the point is, I mean, you don't throw a guy that, you know, has been DFA'd so many times this month into that kind of situation. It's not fair to your team, and it's not fair to him.
No. And my goodness, he gets through 1 inning. Take that. That's a win.
You know, how many times has Boone done that? How many times has he done that?
A lot.
Where he gets the win, he's like, okay, this guy got you through the inning. He's like, let me squeeze just a little bit more out of this guy, and it comes back to burn him.
What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, little news today. Carlos Narvaez got called up. First time in the major leagues. Congratulations to Narvi. I think he's going to be a good catcher.
I don't know if he's going to catch. Oh, well, I don't know how much catching he's going to do, right? I think it's just for 2 days while Doogie's on parental leave.
Right.
I mean, we'll see what he can do. I mean, I've always thought he could be a backup catcher. I still think he has value regardless of what his numbers look like at Scranton. The Yankees were a fan of what he did last season during spring training. I'm excited to see what he can do if he gets into that game, and just happy for him.
Yeah, for sure. One last question about the major league level. Anthony Volpe, since he's gone up to the leadoff spot, does not look like the kid that we were so excited to see the first 15 games.
I think I posted this in our group chat, but this was like a while ago. This was like maybe a week or so ago, where I literally said Volpe's not the same player from the leadoff as he is in the 6th hole. And I don't care what you tell me, it's a different mentality when you're hitting leadoff as opposed to hitting 6th. And I mean, I thought that Volpe was rocking where he was.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't understand why they would want to mess with that. I mean, for me, they should have moved somebody else, like maybe Verdugo, into that spot. I mean, I expected a regression back to the mean for Volpe, but it's been to an extreme going from the 6th to the leadoff spot.
Yeah, it's pretty. I have a little concern now. I thought he was on pace to be the AL All-Star starter at shortstop,
Mhm.
and he just hasn't played as well the last couple of weeks. But hopefully, he can figure it out. I think he
I
will.
mean, he can still be an all-star. I don't think, I don't think it was even I don't even think it was based in reality to think he was gonna hit 380, 390.
Oh
Um,
no,
I'm thinking a little like 280, 290, maybe with the way he was hitting, because there was gonna be some regression. It's just
absolutely.
there's absolutely was just gonna be some regression. It was unfathomable to think that he could keep up that pace.
Oh, if I could get 280 out of Anthony Volpe, I would be thrilled.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So let's jump into AAA.
hmm
What'd you see
Um,
down there this week?
At AAA, I had Caleb Durbin hit 333, 448 on base. He had a home run, 5 RBIs, 4 walks, 2 stolen bases. So he's back to what he was doing. I know he had an off week and a half, maybe or so.
Yeah,
You also had TJ Rumfield hit 286, 3 extra base hits, 3 RBIs. Everson Pereira hit 250, 3 extra base hits, a home run, 4 RBIs. It's nice to see Everson hitting.
it
It's just
is.
the strikeout rate is still a little crazy. I think from what I last saw it was hovering around 40%, I want to say. I mean, I knew that the strikeout rate is going to be high. This is just higher than I expected for Everson.
I think he'll figure it out. The kid is such a talented hitter. He gets hot. Uh,
hmm
He tore through that league already last year. I think he'll do it again,
hmm
rebuild some of that trade value. And he's got to be looking to be in a different organization because his pathway is just blocked at the major league level right now for him. I'd
Yeah,
love
there's
to see
definitely a
him
lot.
get a shot somewhere else.
Yeah, no, there's
But
definitely a lot of traffic in front of him. Like you said, I don't see where he fits in the organization based on the guys that are in front of him. Um,
whoa,
on the
whoa,
pitch.
whoa. We forgot something. We
Uh,
forgot to your baby boy is coming back next week.
I don't know if it's next week. They said I think I saw Boone said that he was starting rehab in a few weeks. He didn't give an exact date as to when that's going to happen. So I'll just wait. I'll just wait before I start getting excited about
Okay, we'll wait. All right, now
it.
into the pitchers.
You had Will Warren. He pitched to a 1.50 ERA, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 hits, a walk. Will Warren has now put up back-to-back very good games. It could be the start of a nice string for him. We know that he did that last year. I think it was the final 2 months, 2 months and a half, where he
Yeah,
was
he
just
was just
nasty.
unreal.
Yeah, so this could be a start of a nice run for Will. You also had Erica Barkley, who continues to pitch well down there. 5 and 2/3 innings, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. Clayton Beater had a nice bounce back game. Went 5 innings, 2 runs, no walks, which you definitely want to see from him with 8 strikeouts.
Clayton looks good, and boy, does my boy Edgar look.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God, bro. It's like J Hap 2.0. Getting
I
by,
have to,
skating by on 88.
yeah, I just had to give you a little hard time about that.
Of course, no, I'm happy for Edgar. He's putting up his numbers. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's getting guys out.
Yeah,
Even if it's throwing slower and slowest, he's still getting guys out.
slower and slowest.
Hey, like I said, J Hap did it for a long time. He made a long career out of that.
He did. He did. All right. Now, double A is the exciting level. There's so many exciting players there. Who is your player of the week?
My player of the week at Somerset was Ben Cowles, who continues to be an underrated player to me. We had a conversation about this earlier. I
We
just think
did.
that I think right now he's playing even though you have August, Ramirez, you have Spencer Jones. Ben Cowles is probably playing the best ball out of anybody right now in the organization. Um, and quietly because not many people are
Mhm.
talking about him. Last week he hit 400 with a 458 on base. I'm sorry, 1358 OPS, 4 extra base hits, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 3 walks. Just an awesome week for him. You also had Agustin Ramirez who hit 292, 292 with a 1016 OPS, 3 extra base hits, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 6 walks. Um, just great numbers from Augustine. And one thing that I noticed about him was his BABIP or batted balls in play. They're very low for him right now. It's very low number right now. I think it's like a 213. So you're talking
Right.
about like he's off by about from I would say about 50 to 60 points from his average. So there's still some offense in his bat that we're just not seeing. He's running into a lot of bad luck right now. And that's crazy to think about when you see the numbers that he's putting up. He leads the Eastern League in home runs, in RBIs. I think he's hitting 260, 268, something like that.
Yeah.
With an OPS over 1,000. So absolutely phenomenal start to the season from Ramirez.
He has looked so good. The strikeout to walk ratio has still been very good. He's striking
Yeah,
out less than 20% of the time.
it's
I,
almost a 1-to-1.
yeah, it's really, really impressive to see what he's
Hmm.
doing. And we've been a big fan of him for a year and a half. I'm
Hmm.
excited to see what he does going forward.
Yeah, just an amazing season for him. Like I said, he's not getting a lot of hits that are dropping for him, but he's still putting up big numbers. So you definitely want to see that. I definitely want to see what happens when those balls start finding those holes and when he starts putting the ball more in play. I'm expecting big things from Augustine.
I am too. I'm really excited for this year for him.
Then you had Spencer Jones. He hit 320, 970 OPS, four extra base hits, a home run. He missed a second home run. I think it was Saturday, just by a couple feet. Five RBIs, two walks. You also had Grant Richardson, who had a big week, 333, a home run, three RBIs, two walks, and a stolen base. Even Anthony Siegler had a big week. He hit 313, three extra base hits. You had Jared Wegner, who hit 313, two extra base hits. I think he hit two home runs, I want to say. I know one of them was a big one, 117 mile an hour off the bat.
He's hitting the ball hard.
Hmm.
I really wasn't expecting much from him, and he has just kind of popped out of nowhere, and he is hitting the ball hard. He looks like he's a legitimate prospect.
Yeah. I think it was 117 mile an hour. I think it was yesterday, I want to say, and that ball just left the park like in seconds.
Yeah, it looked like it was gone immediately. You could tell off
Yep.
the bat.
Hmm.
Spencer, did you see that double? Well, of course you did. You put out a highlight
Hmm.
about it, but he hit that ball. That was a single for 95% of everybody else in baseball. And you look up and he's on second base. You're going, what in the world?
He also hit a ball into the hole. Shortstop got to it through the first base, and he beat out the throw. Um,
Yeah.
for me, Spencer Jones is sneaky fast. You don't expect it for a guy that's 6'7". When I see him running in the outfield, he almost looks like a Bernie Williams. It's very graceful, even though he's very tall. And like I said, you just don't expect that from him. He's just very sneaky fast.
Yeah. I, there's so many superlatives you could say about Spencer Jones, but he looks really good. I'm excited to see what he's going to do the rest of this year.
Hmm.
Um, I got to give my boy Ben Rice a shout out because he's making me look silly with the power numbers.
Hmm.
I really doubted if that power was legit, and
Hmm.
he's starting to show that it's for real.
Hmm.
It's
One
exciting.
thing, yeah, definitely like that he's locking in. He's showing off the power. One thing to just keep an eye on. I think the strikeout rate was around 25%, which is a bit high for him. So
Right.
just something to keep an eye out.
Now, going to the pitching side of the ball,
For me,
wow.
the pitcher of the week was Brock Selvidge. He threw seven
Oh,
shutout innings, only gave up two hits. He struck out 11 with no walks. I don't know how he wasn't the pitcher of the week. I think he lost it to some guy named I don't remember what he was, but I think he was from the Orioles organization. He threw seven no-hit innings with I think four strikeouts. But again, Brock Selvidge gave up just two hits. He struck out 11. I don't know how you don't give that to him.
I tell you what, ever since we interviewed him, I have been an unbelievably big fan. His
Hmm.
maturity, his pitch mix, the whole thing. He's just going to be a very, very good player. He's only 21 in double A, and he's
Hmm.
already showing dominance there. I, I think he's going to be a big part of this Yankees future rotation, and I'm so
I
excited for him.
I definitely hope so. I'm a big fan of Brock. I just gave him a quick shout out after the game, and he did tell me that he hopes it's the start of a nice run for him. Even though he was already pitching well, I think we spoke about this in our previous
Uh-huh.
episode. It's just he hadn't had that wow game yet, and here it is.
Oh boy, was it ever! I'm moderating for Pete, and I'm looking while he's doing that. I keep getting messages: his eighth strikeout, ninth strikeout, 10th strikeout. It's just whoa.
Yeah,
It was
phenomenal game
just
from him.
and that slider, holy cow, did he have that working when he
Hmm
wow. All right. So let's get into high A.
Well, two more guys just wanted to quickly note.
Oh, sorry.
Blaine Abeta put up a similar type of game where he had seven and a third innings, gave up no earned runs, three hits, a walk, nine strikeouts. And then you had Jack Neely who pitched four innings, gave up one run with seven strikeouts. And that rounds out Somerset.
I think Neely's gonna be up in the big leagues sooner than later because that major league bullpen's struggling and they need some arms.
I mean, I like Jack Neely. I thought he was one of the guys. I think I mentioned it early before the season began. He's one of the guys that I think could possibly make his debut this year. I mean, and I would much rather see Jack Neely up at the major league level, getting his experience in, getting to see major league hitters, as opposed to them bringing in some DFA guy and shuttling him back and forth just to, get a couple outs so that, Ian Hamilton or Clay Holmes or Gonzalez aren't getting outs. I would rather see that those innings go to Jack Neely.
Yeah, for sure.
And right now he's pitching very, very good. One of the best pitchers at Somerset this season.
Anybody you have a big concern about in that rotation or in that?
At Somerset, the only guy that I'm kind of concerned about right now is Luis Velasquez. I've spoken to him about it a couple times already. Um, yeah, he's having some command issues where he's walking too many guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then the problem that he has is once he walks a guy, it didn't happen yesterday. It happened in reverse order, but he'll walk a guy and then he gives up the long ball, which does not bode well for your ERA.
No, it doesn't. But
Yeah, so he's got to get that command under control. I mean,
I
we
think
know
he
he has the
will.
talent. We know he has the
Yes.
talent. It's just a matter of him straightening out whatever it is that is out of whack right now.
Yeah. High A.
At high A, your boy Jesus Rodriguez was my player of the week down there. He had 381, two extra base hits, two RBIs, three walks, two stolen bases. He's starting to play second base, by the way,
I
so he's
know. I
adding
saw
that.
that.
Yeah, I think he played second base like three times last week, so he's adding that to his game, which you're happy to see because he's moving all over the field. Then you had Jay Savina who returned. He hit 316. He hit a home run, three RBIs, stolen base. I think he threw a runner out at home as well. Kiko Romero hit 273, 1068 OPS, a home run, two RBIs, and two walks.
Chase Avina looks really good. I wasn't expecting to get
Yeah.
anything back in the Jake Bowers trade, and he looks like
hmm
he is a legit prospect.
Yeah, he's looked really good. He's looked really good so far. So he's definitely a guy that I'm interested in seeing. I know that almost immediately he made the pipeline top 30, and I was like, how? Who
Hmm.
is this guy? I'm looking at his numbers. The power numbers look good. The batting average was not, and I'm not a fan of that. Um, so the way he's starting the season or he's starting to play, I'm definitely interested in watching more. He's definitely looked good.
Well, the Yankees are hitting him lead off in that lineup, or they
hmm
have a couple times,
They are.
and they don't put somebody at leadoff that they don't think is a legit prospect. If you look at all their levels, the guy
hmm
hitting leadoff is usually the guy they think highest up at that level.
hmm
And it's just interesting to see that he's there. So,
Yeah.
pitching side,
On the pitching side, you had Sebastian King who threw 6 innings, one run, one walk, 10 strikeouts. Just amazing game from him. And if you don't recall, I've mentioned him a few times. He was a reliever out of the FCL. This season
yeah,
they converted him to a starting pitcher, and it looks like it's starting to work out for him.
yeah.
Um, then you had Cam Schlittler who threw 6 innings, two runs, which were just two solo home runs, no walks, seven strikeout, and he is your ERA leader in the organization.
He has looked so good. He
Yes.
has just really, he's someone that I wasn't expecting much from this year. I know that you liked him last year. You had
hmm
noticed him. He was outside of our top 30, and he has just come in and shown a whole new level from where he was at last year. He
Yeah,
really is one of the breakout arms.
he's definitely taken a step forward this season, and it's good to see. He's pretty much one of the anchors in that rotation.
Yeah.
The other guy I wanted to mention was Leo Pastana. He pitched 4 innings, one run, one walk, eight strikeouts. I've mentioned him before. He's basically a
Hmm.
converted starting pitcher. Moved him to the bullpen because of injury issues that he's had, and he's pitching very well. And I had told you that he's one of the guys to look out for in the bullpen. Big arm, and he's showing up.
That's nice.
The other guy, Jackson Fristow, he threw 3 and 2/3 inning, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. You had Trent Sellers, who threw 3 and 2/3 innings, shutout ball, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He's probably been one of the best pitchers in the organization quietly this season, and he's I believe he was an undrafted free agent.
Uh-huh.
Um,
That
it
rotation's been pretty good. If you look
has.
at it, it's been really solid, even though they haven't had any highlight arms there that
Mhm.
you would think coming into the year. They have performed very well.
I think the one guy that they had into the season that had a little bit of buzz was Brian Hendry. I think
Uh-huh.
he was out of OSU.
10th
He
round
just went
pick, right?
Yeah, he just went on the IL though. So I mean, I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for. I don't even know what the injury is, but he has looked good when he's been out there.
Yeah. Now,
Um,
Tampa.
out of, well, there's two more
Oh,
guys. Well, you had Luis Arrejela, 3 and 2, 3 1/3 shutout innings, 4 strikeouts, no walks, and you also have Matt Keating, 3 innings, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts.
it's just a pitching factory nowadays.
Lots of pitching there.
Yeah. Now, Tampa.
At Tampa, I'm still up in the air for my player of the week there. But Thomas Frick had an amazing week there.
he
He hit 545, a double, 3 RBIs and a walk. You have Benny Escania who hit 333, an extra base hit, 2 walks, a stolen base. Kobe Morales hit 304, 4 walks, 2 stolen bases. Roderick Arias hit 292, a home run, 4 RBIs, 5 walks, and a stolen base. Regarding Roderick, you're starting to see him like kind of figuring it out, right? I think
right.
at one point the strikeout rate was about 51%, I believe it is. Right now, I think it's around 34%, if I'm not mistaken. The last time I looked, it's around 34%. So the strikeouts are getting under control and the walk rate is slowly ticking upward. It's not yet at 20% where he typically has been. But again, those are the rookie leagues. I think he's hovering around 14% now, which is higher than the single digits he was. So, Roderick is starting to right the ship and he's making a lot more contact. Still striking out, but he's trying to figure it out.
What are the strikeout numbers versus right-handed versus left-handed? Is he
I
striking
haven't
out
done
more right?
I haven't done the breakout. I mean, I think percentage wise, right-handed probably, but of course he's batting left-handed a lot more often.
Right.
Um, so I don't know what the numbers are, the one-to-one numbers are, but like I said, he's starting to figure it out, right? And these are the things that you expect from a guy who's supposed to be an elite prospect, right? You expect him to hit a
Right.
wall and then try to figure out how to get over that wall, right? We saw that with Jason Dominguez, we saw that with Spencer Jones, and now it's just the rite of passage. Roderick Arias just has to figure it out. If he
And
truly is the elite prospect that we all think he is, he will figure it out.
you took the words right out of my mouth. He is an elite prospect, and this is exactly what you want to see from him: is him
Hmm.
struggle and then
Hmm.
come through it. And it's looking like he's figuring it out.
Yeah.
Excited for him.
I mean, I know we don't want to see it, especially this early, but I've always said I need to see this from a player. I need to see a player struggle because I need to see how he's going to figure it out.
Right.
A lot of times what you see, a lot of these prospects they don't make it, right? They were the best prospect at their high school in college ball at a rookie league. They get into the affiliates, and all of a sudden they just can't figure it out. And
Right.
that's why I like to see when a player struggles. I like to see him figure it out. It's a beautiful thing when it happens. We saw it with Jason.
Oh yeah, Jason struggled very badly last year in the first half, even
Hmm.
right-handed. And when he
Hmm.
put that together, the numbers went. He started hitting 360 or something like that.
He hit 370 from July. I think it was from
Yeah.
July 1st on. But the thing about Jason though is it was just that one aspect of his game that was suffering, right? Which was the batting average. But if you looked at all the other numbers, everything else was fine. I think his on base was fine. The power numbers were fine. The stolen bases, I think he finished second in the organization in stolen bases.
He
Everything
did.
else looked pretty. Everything else was good. It's just the batting average wasn't there until July 1st came around
And he just went nuts.
and he took off.
So yeah. So who else did
Um,
you have at
the last
Tampa?
player, Dylan Hassel, hit 261, 4 extra base hits, a big home run, 3 RBIs, and a walk. Um, and then on the pitching front, you had Gabriel Barbosa, who was the Rule 5 pick the Yankees had last year. I think they took him from Colorado. He threw
Mm-hmm.
6 innings, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. You also had Josh Groves, who pitched 5 innings, 2 runs, three walks, five strikeouts. And just mentioning with Gross real quick, he's been struggling as of late. Well, he's been struggling all season long, but
Yeah.
I saw something in him in last week, and then it carried over into this week. Like I saw some positives. Um, right now, I think his biggest issue is missing bats. I think when I looked, I think his batting average against was in the 300s. You definitely don't want to see, and you definitely don't expect that from him. Um, hopefully he's learning things over the last two games that he just pitched, and he finds something and he moves forward with it. He is striking out. I think he's averaging about five strikeouts a game. It's just
Uh-huh.
the walks is one of the things he's got to get under control, and also the long ball.
I think he'll figure it out. He was such a confident kid when we spoke to him earlier this year.
Hmm.
I think that once he gets it figured out, he'll move very well. I
Hmm.
like his pitch mix too.
I like him. I like him. I hope he figures it out too. Um, like I said, there are some positives there. I know the numbers don't look that great, but there are some positives in there. Moving on, you had Kate Smith, who threw 6 innings, 2 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts. To me, he's hands down probably the best pitcher on this team. He's pitching overall. I think he's a 2.92 ERA. Like I said, by far he's the best pitcher on this team, especially in the rotation.
Yeah, he's looked really, really good.
Mhm. You also had Cade Austin, he threw 3 and 2/3 innings, 1 earned run, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Alan Facundo went 4 and 2/3, no earned runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Jordy Luciano, 3 innings, 3 shutout innings, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and that rounds out Tampa.
Nice. Anything you're excited about that level this coming week?
I mean, I'm always excited. I'm excited because Tampa's finally starting to hit.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're starting to figure things out. I mean, I think most of the top of that lineup is starting to hit. I know that they're missing Lombard right now. I don't know how long he's going to be gone for. I don't even think we've been told what the injury is, but
I was
um,
told it was for concussion protocol.
concussion.
Yeah,
I I haven't heard anything. You know, I'll ask
'cause-
Brophy, see if Brophy has heard anything.
yeah, that would be a really good idea.
Mhm.
So,
Um,
yeah,
I was gonna say the other thing is I'm excited to see how Roderick goes this week. He had really good traction this week. I'm hoping he can continue moving forward. And on Saturday, the FCL opens.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask. When are
Yeah.
we gonna see the rosters for that?
Probably I don't even know because the Scranton opened and they didn't unveil the rosters until like 2 hours before first pitch, which was kind of crazy. So I mean,
Right.
who knows? Who knows?
We should get to see Lalane and Legrand, Brandon
Not LeGrand.
Maya. No.
No, I spoke to LeGrand. He told me he's injured. Said he hurt his back, so he's on the shelf. He injured
Oh,
his back a week. I think he said a week before opening day. So he said he just started throwing now, just basic throwing, not pitching. So he's gonna miss some time.
okay. But we'll still get to see Kiner and all those guys.
Kiner, Maeda, Lalane,
I'm excited for that level to start. I want to see Danny Flat too.
Danny Flat is another one. Yeah, the rest of the guys
Yeah.
from the rest of the pitchers from the draft. You also see Warrecker. Um, I can't think of who else is on. Who else we'll see from that draft, but it'll be exciting to see them.
Yeah. So what else do we have coming from you this week?
Continue working. Oh, one more update though on the IFA front. The Yankees lost 2 pitchers that they were linked to. Um, Braylon Cordero, and the other one was Kevin DeFrank. I was excited about DeFrank.
I was
He was
too.
he was a kid who was throwing mid 90s. He probably would have been one of the best pitchers that the Yankees had signed for some time on the IFA front. But they're no longer linked to either of those.
It's too bad. DeFrank was somebody Nick was very high on, and I
Yep.
was looking forward to hearing more about him.
Hmm.
So, you want to take us out?
I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much covers what I've seen pretty much this week.
Guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. You want to know what's going on in the system, make sure you're following Yankees Farm and you show up and see this show. Thank you guys so much.
All right, guys.
Los,
Later then.
later.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but the shit's still wet.